Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I talk about movies and television, and today I want to talk about The Instigators. It's a new crime drama / dark comedy film focused on a heist gone wrong. Chuck McLean and Casey Affleck wrote the story and Doug Liman directed the film. It stars Matt Damon, Casey Affleck, and Hong Chow. To begin, the story starts with a mob boss sending his incompetent henchmen out to hire a crew, and the man returns with Rory, a former Marine desperate for quick cash, and Cobby, a recently paroled criminal who never shuts up. When the job goes south, Rory and Cobby end up on the run, having accidentally stolen an important heirloom from a powerful man. With the cops, the mob, and everyone else after them, they turn to an unlikely ally for help: Rory's therapist. The story is a wacky ride that relies on the back and forth between Rory and Cobby. The two are like fire and ice, water and oil, or a fat guy and exercise. Cobby constantly picks at the people around him, looking for a sore spot to get a reaction. As he constantly picks at Rory, he finds himself getting a few good barbs thrown back his way, and it makes for a combative but endearing relationship that slowly builds over time. They also have a few impromptu therapy sessions that will leave you in stitches. The last person you want to do group therapy with is Cobby. For crime elements, there's a few car chases, a showdown or two, and a ton of dangerous situations with no apparent exit. The cast are mostly playing stereotypes. There's a few corrupt politicians and top officials, a quirky mob boss and his idiot henchman, a cowboy cop, and then you have the leads. Casey Affleck's Cobby is a mouthy pyromaniac who does right by the people around him. Matt Damon's Rory is a dumb and stoic mechanic who can drive well but struggles to open up. Finally, you have Dr. Donna Rivers, played by Hong Chow. She's a therapist with a compulsive need to help others. Together, the three of them make a dysfunctional team that just barely manages to make it through the journey by the seat of their pants. The chemistry between the three of them was fantastic, and they did great with the humor. Each is funny in their own way: Chow with her seriousness, Damon as the lovable dope, and Affleck as the wise ass. The visual journey takes place in a normal city setting and features a lot of clean-looking shots of the characters conversing. There are also action sequences and visual gags to spice things up. The journey is always clear and easy to follow and has quite a few memorable visuals, like the scene of Dr. Rivers trying to do a therapy session with Rory, Cobby, and a hostage. It was hilarious watching them try to do something so serious in such an absurd situation. There's also a few great car chases with their fair share of jokes. The one with Damon driving away from 1,000 cops while begging them to change the radio station was my personal favorite. The juxtaposition between the sweet song, the three of them fighting, and the car chase was perfect. Song-wise, the film uses a lot of instrumentals that work well to hype up the action moments and bring a bit of emotion to the conversations. They're quiet, don't interfere with the dialogue too much, and do a decent job of supporting the story. For big moments, they tend to use classic hits like House of Pain's Jump Around. The songs come in fast, hit hard, and stick around just long enough to get a bit of joy out of them before they return to your regular programming. On the negative side of things, there's really two major gripes that I have. One, the story is more than a little bit confusing, and it relies on throwing your suspension of belief out of the window. You just have to buy into the story and follow along, otherwise you'll get lost early on and won't be able to catch up. They're constantly throwing new twists and turns at you, and everything wraps up neatly at the end without much fuss. It's funny, but it really doesn't make sense if you stop and think about it at all. The other gripe that I have with this film is that it's not trying anything new. It's another buddy comedy with quirky stereotypical characters. They did the action a little better than most, but even that's been done before, and better. Throwing the therapist in there during the second half did give it a bit of fresh flavor, but not enough to cover the rest of the formulaic stench. Personally, I laughed a lot. Chow, Affleck, and Damon did a great job, and I would recommend the film to anyone who likes dark comedies, or crime dramas. This one had some great moments in it, and I thought they balanced the comedy against the danger well. As for a rating, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye-bye.